Good morning, everyone. So we are starting. So today, these are the nine exercises. So what we will do is I'll give you the rough answers for exercise numbers 8 and 9. Okay, 6 and 7 you tried. 8 and 9 I'll give you the rough answers. Okay, and then we'll proceed further to find today's lecture. We are going to do the matrix. Okay, matrix of a linear transformation. Okay, that matrix is also very important. We are going to use that matrix. Okay, see what happened here in this previous lectures was we used to compute rank using image. Okay, but in coming lectures we might find out rank of a linear transformation by using matrix of a linear transformation. Okay, so that that technique we will understand in coming lectures. Okay, so let us start without wasting time because we have very less time to have a lecture. 40 minutes is kind of less for us. See this exercise number 8. What has happened there in the exercise number 8? See, these are the rank nullity exercises. These are the rank nullity exercises, and 1 minute, people are joining. Okay, so see this exercise number 8. So what is the t there? So t of x, y, z is equal to y minus z 2x plus 3y plus 4z. Okay, this is exercise number 8. Okay, we are trying. I'm giving you the hint for exercise number 8. Okay, so rank and nullity. So rank and nullity we have to find. So first starts with rank. So kernel of this mapping, the definition. Kernel is vector in the domain R3 whose image in the codomain is 0. So 0 of R2. So this is the definition of kernel. So kernel T is this, everybody. Okay. So now we'll find that kernel. So that is x belongs to R3 such that y minus z 2x plus 3y plus 4z, this is equal to 0 comma 0. Okay, this is equal to x belongs to R3 such that y minus z 2x is equal to 0. So now right side will get equations, a system of linear equations. Okay, so small xyz such that y minus z equal to 0 and 2x plus 3y plus 4z equal to 0. Okay, look at this. So now solving this system, so we have y minus z equal to 0 and 2x plus 3y plus 4z equal to 0. So y minus z equal to 0 means what? I'll get y equal to z. Okay, so we are solving now this system. Okay, so the first equation we got y minus z equal to 0 implies y equal to z. We'll substitute that here in this equation so that we'll get the values in terms of x and y. Suppose if I substitute in place of z as y, so therefore what we have is 2x plus 3y plus 4y equal to 0. So what I will get? 2x plus 7y equal to 0. So therefore what I will have, x is equal to minus 7 upon 2y. Okay, so we got the value of, we are finding solution of a system. So we got x value as minus 7 upon 2. So what we will do is we'll substitute now y as t. So that we'll get x value and z value. Okay. So put y equal to t implies x is equal to minus 7 upon 2t and z is equal to t. So this is what it is. Last line. So we substituted y is equal to t implies x is equal to minus 7 upon 2 and z is equal to t. Okay. So the kernel what we have will be x value, that is minus 7 upon 2t, y is t and z is t, such that t belongs to R. This is our kernel. Okay, all of you, this is our kernel. Okay, now what I will do here, look at, pay attention on the screen, this is important. So what we will do is, now this is fraction here, so I don't want to see fractions. So what I will do is I will multiply this everything vector by 2, so that this 2 will vanish, but it will give effect here as this will be 2t and this also will be 2t. Okay, multiplying everything by 2. So what I will have is that is equal to minus 7t, 2t and 2t, such that t belongs to R. So this is our kernel. Okay, so this is our kernel T. Now we have to find out the dimension of this space. So you can see that there is single only one variable there. So we can think about the dimension of the kernel will be equal to 1. So let us find that dimension. Okay, so this is actually a linear span. If I take it outside t, I'll get minus 7 to 2, such that t belongs to R. Okay, minus 7 to 2, t belongs to R. Okay, so this is the linear span of the vector minus 7, 2, comma 2. Okay, see the screen, I have shown it. Okay, so that is equal to linear span of the vector minus 7, 2 and 2. So we got here the kernel is been spanned by only one vector, that is minus 7, 2 and 2. So since now this is only one vector and which is other than 0 of that particular space, therefore this set is linearly independent. Remember this. This is other than additive, the 0 of the space. Therefore this set, singleton set, is linearly independent. If there was, remember, if there was two vectors here in this space, I have to check them. They both are linearly independent to each other. Now since there is only one vector, I have to just see that this has to be other than 0 of the space. If it is other than 0 of the space, I can directly say that this vector is linearly independent. I don't have to check it by using our definition of linearly independence. Okay, so this is other than 0, so I can say directly this is linearly independent. Okay, so if this is linearly independent, so it will become a now basis. So therefore D, which is equal to setwise minus 7, 2 comma 2, is a basis for kernel T. Okay, so it's a basis for kernel T. So therefore the dimension for kernel T is equal to 1. Now dimension is equal to kernel is equal to 1 means what? We have nullity. Nullity is equal to 1. Okay, so we got nullity. Dimension of kernel is equal to 1 means what? Nullity of the linear transformation is equal to 1. Okay, so now we got nullity. Now we'll find out the rank of a linear transformation for the exercise 8 we are talking. So image t definition tx such that x belongs to R3. So which is equal to tx. Tx means y minus z 2x plus 3y plus 4z. Okay, such that x, y, z belongs to R3. Okay, our definition of image, and I have substituted as a vector in R3. Okay, now what we will do is we will decompose this vector. We will decompose this vector as the addition of the different symbols, one containing x plus one containing y plus one containing z. Okay, so we will split this vector, so it will be 0, 2x plus y, 3y plus minus z comma 4z such that x, y, z belongs to R. Okay, see this, what I have written. I split this vector into 3 components like this. Okay, so now what we will do is we'll take x outside, y outside and z outside, and then we will see what is happening. Okay, so that is equal to, if I take x outside, I'll get 0 comma 2 plus y outside, I'll get 1 comma 3 plus z outside, I'll get minus 1 comma 4 such that x, y, z belongs to R. Okay, so I got this thing, the combination of vector 0 comma 2, 1 comma 3 minus 1 comma 4. Okay, so these are the vectors we got. So now what we have to do is this is linear span. This is linear span of the vectors 0 comma 2, 1 comma 3 and minus 1 comma 4. Okay, which is linear span of these three elements, these three vectors. But now you can see that they contains two components. These vectors containing two components. Okay, look at here. These vectors here, what I said, this set has vectors containing two components, first component, second component, first component, second component, first component, second component. So there are two components and the vectors are three vectors. Okay, so you know that these vectors are there in R2 because it has two components, and there are three vectors in R2 here in this space. So first vector, second vector and third vector. So there are three vectors here and they all are in R2, but the dimension of R2 is, we know that dimension of R2 is equal to 2. So these three vectors they're spanning here, so they has to be linearly dependent because they are, we have done one theorem, the dimension of space, if it is n, then any set containing more than n number of that vector is linearly dependent. So this set will not be linearly independent, so it will be linearly dependent. But how to make it as linearly independent will be, we have to just we have to just omit one of the vector. In this three vectors you can omit one of the vector, means what, we have to express any one vector as the linear combination of rest of the two vectors. Okay, so that what we can do here is, I will do here, I will express the vector 1 comma 3 as the linear combination of 0 comma 2 and minus 1 comma 4. Okay, so here 1 comma 3 is equal to alpha times 0 comma 2 plus beta times minus 1 comma 4. So this. So now you people solve this and find out the value of alpha and beta. This is homework for you. You will get a non-homogeneous system of linear equations and you find out the answer of that system. Okay, means what? After proving, after finding the alpha beta value, what you should do next will be, so therefore image t, if I remove that vector 1 comma 3, 1 comma 3, sorry, still the linear span will be same, that is 0 comma 2 comma minus 1 comma 4. Okay, look at this what I written. So after finding alpha beta value, you can write down this. I have removed vector 1 comma 3 and I have written only the rest of the vectors. Okay, so linear span will remain same, that is the meaning. Okay, now these two vectors, they will become linearly independent. Why they will be linearly independent? By geometry also you can check they are linearly independent, and by proving, by our usual way of proving, you can get it they are linearly independent. Okay, so this also I'll keep it you as a homework to prove that 0 comma 2 and minus 1 comma 4 is linearly independent. Okay, so we prove that 0 comma 2 minus 1 comma 4 is Li. This is homework to you. Okay, you prove that this. So after proving, what you will get, this will be basis. So therefore 0 comma 2 and minus 1 4 is a basis for image t. Okay, so it is a basis for image t, and therefore dimension of image t, that is equal to 2, which is equal to rank t. Okay, so now what we got, we got nullity as 1, we got rank as 2, and the domain is R3. What is the dimension of R3? The dimension of R3 is 3. Okay, so therefore what we'll have is 3 is equal to 1 plus 2. So rank nullity theorem verified. This is what I want to say. Okay, all of you understood? Okay, so the next exercise number 9, it is from polynomials to R2. Okay, so kernel, you find out the nullity. I'll help you out in finding out only rank. Okay, nullity is similar, is very easy here. You check what is the nullity. So to find out rank of this linear transformation exercise 9, rank of t, our definition, it is now you see, it is from the polynomial to R2, right? So the elements here in the domain are polynomials. So polynomials, we are denoting them as f of x, g of x, h of x, likewise. Okay, so instead of capital X, we have to write down fx, polynomials. So the rank of t will be collection t of f of x such that f of x belongs to p2 of x. Okay, So now that f of x we can write as a plus bx plus cx square. Okay, as written in the question, the same way we will write it. Okay, so that is equal to t of a plus bx plus cx square such that a plus bx plus cx square belongs to t2x. Okay, but t of polynomial is given to be this vector, so we will substitute t of a plus bx plus cx square as this thing. So that is further equal to 2a minus b comma b plus c such that now this side we will write a b c belongs to r. Okay, now what we can do here is we have to split this vector, into vectors containing different symbols a, b and c. Okay, so see this. So now what we will do is we'll take out a common, b common, c common. Okay, so we have taken ABC common. Again, you can see here the same case is appearing here also in this. Okay, as what we seen in the previous exercise. So this is equal to linear span of 2 comma 0 comma minus 1 comma 1 comma 0 comma 1. Okay, so now what I will tell you is, now it is choice up to you to find out, to take any two vectors from this set. Any two vectors you take it, you might take it minus 1 comma 1 and 0 comma 1 and express these two vectors as the linear combination of this, express 2 comma 0 as the linear combination of this and this, or you can write down this vector as the linear combination of this first vector and the third vector, or you can write down third vector as linear combination of first vector and second vector. So now you can do it whatever you want to do it. Okay, as I have shown you in the previous exercise, you have to express means you have to find out values of alpha and beta. Okay, so means if suppose I say I have expressed minus 1 comma 1 as the linear combination of this vector and this vector, I can omit this vector and the linear span of this will be equal to linear span of 2 comma 0 comma 0 comma 1. Okay, so this is the linear span. Okay, I hope you see I have skipped there that proof. Means that doesn't mean that you can also write this way. You have to write down that answer explicitly. You have to find out the values of alpha beta and then you can write down this next step. Okay, now we have to prove it here. This set is linearly independent. Okay, so again this will be homework to prove that these two vectors are linearly independent. Okay, and after proving they are linearly independent you will get the dimension. Okay, so therefore after proving linearly independent you will get dimension of rank equal to 2, and that is, sorry, dimension of image, that is equal to rank t. Okay, so you will get this thing. So dimension of image t is equal to 2, that is our rank t. Okay, so this is the way you will find it out, rank of a linear transformation. and now you can complete all of the exercises. Still, if you have any query, you can call me, you can send me the your answer. I will tell you where it is wrong or how you can write the answer. Okay, so now we'll proceed now further. Now this much is enough, 9 exercises, you practice them. So now next is the matrix associated to the linear transformation. Okay, this is also very important. So matrix, how we are going to find out for a linear transformation? I've written the steps here. First of all, I should have linear transformations. Linear T is the linear transformation from V to W. Remember that V and W, they both has to be finite dimensional. Finite dimensional means what? Uh, the dimension number of V and W, it has to be finite. It should not be infinity. That is what it is. Simple in language. Okay. So how to find out that that matrix is? Step number one. Concentrate here on the board. See that what I'm saying. Step number one: fix a basis for the domain and codomain. Okay, means what? If you have a linear transformation from V to W, what you will do first is you have to choose basis for V, you have to choose basis for W. So basis for the domain, basis for the codomain. Okay, so how the basis is changing? Okay, means what? If I say that BV is a basis containing B1, B2, Bn is a basis for domain, and BW, that is W1 to Wm, this is a basis for W. Then to compute the matrix, what we are doing is how the basis, they, they are changing, means they are going from V1 to the other side. Means we are taking the basis vector and we are using that basis vector, we are finding how they, what change is happening. Okay, you'll understand this. See the step number 2. First you have to fix the basis, that is what the step number 1. Second, what you have to do is for each basis vector in the for the domain. Now v1, v2, vn, they are basis for the domain. What we have to do is we have to compute T of V1, T of V2, T of Vn. Okay, this is our step number 2. Means whatever vector you have V1, V2, Vn, apply T on it. Since T is the linear transformation, it will have some definition. So that definition you apply on V1, V2, V3, Vn. Whatever basis we have, that all vectors you apply T and get the vectors. Now step number 3 will be express each of T of V1, T of V2, T of Vn as the linear combination of the other side vectors, basis vectors, W1, W2, Wm. So T of V1, you will get one vector. Okay, any vector it can be. Suppose it is 2, 3, 1. Then write that 2, 3, 1 as the linear combination of W1, W2, Wm and get the coefficients. Okay, means what you will get? The coefficient alpha, beta, gamma, whatever that. So that alpha, beta, gamma you collect and write it as the column. Okay, first T of V1 you write as linear combination, get the coefficients alpha, beta, whatever those, and write in a column. So you will get the first column. Now next, T of V2. T of V2 also you express it as the linear combination of W1, W2, Wm. Again you will get the coefficients. Take those coefficients and write it in the column, you will get the second column. So this way you proceed till T of Vn. Okay, and that way you will get the matrix. The order of that matrix will be, remember that the order of that matrix will be whatever dimension of W cross the dimension of V. That is, look at here on the screen I've written. Means what we have to do is, if T of V1, I have written it as A11 W, means linear combination. This is linear combination of W1, W2, Wm. And these are the coefficients A11, A12, A1m. This is coefficient for writing T of V1 as the combination of W's. So I got the coefficient. Those coefficient I have written in the matrix as a column. Okay, T of V2 I written as a combination. I got a coefficients, and those coefficients I have written as a column. Similarly, I will go and write T of V1, T of Vn also as the combination of the vectors, and those coefficients I will write it in a column, so that I will get a matrix whose order, remember that, whose order always will be the dimension of codomain cross dimension of domain. And this symbol m of t, we are calling it as the matrix associated with the t. This is the notation for the matrix associated with the t. And one more thing we should remember, this you should keep in your mind, we can compute matrix only by using basis. There is no other way to find out the matrix. Okay, we compute matrix of a linear transformation with respect to basis. Basis for the domain, basis for the codomain. This is the only way. Okay, so now we'll see exercises. We are running out of time. So the first exercise, everybody keep concentration on the board. So t from R2 to R3, t of xy is equal to x, y, x plus y. This is our linear transformation. We need to find out its matrix with respect to, the question says, with respect to the standard basis of R2 and the standard basis of R3. Okay, so in the solution, always write down the definition of t as your part of answer. Okay, I written that. Now b basis of R2, standard basis we are calling, so 1001 for R2. Similarly for R3, standard basis I have taken 100,010,001. So this is the standard basis of R3. This is the standard basis of R2. So these are our V1, V2, Vn. These are our W1, W2, Wm. Okay, so now step number 1, to compute matrix. What is the step number 1? Compute T of V1, T of V2, T of Vn. Okay, so T of V1, that is T of 1 comma 0. Our definition of T is this. So substitute in place of x as 1, y place as 0, and get that vector. That vector is to be 1, 0, 1. Okay, now next, t of v2, that is 0 comma 1. So now that 0 comma 1, t of 0 comma 1 also you write as you find it out, t of 0 comma 1 by using definition, you will get 0 1 1. Now step number 3, express the vectors as the combination of the basis in the codomain, that is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So 1 0 1 you can write it as the combination as, addition on the board, 1 0 1 you can write it as 1 into 1 0 0 plus this component is 0, so put it 0 here. So 0 into 0 1 0 plus, now this component is 1, so you write it as plus 1 into 0 0 1. So you got a coefficients 1 0 1. Okay, now similarly the second vector, that is 0 1 1, that also you write it as the combination of the vectors. So this is 0, so the first vector coefficient 0, second plus 1 into 0 1 0 plus 1 into 0 0 1. So we got coefficients here as 0 1 1. Okay, so here 1 0 1 0 1, here 0 1 1. So the matrix of this linear transformation is 1 0 1 0 1 1. So the order of this matrix is 3 by 2. Okay, why 3 by 2? Because of the dimension of R3 cross dimension of R2. Okay, all of you understood, right? Okay, so now we got a matrix here. So what next we have to do? Second exercise, T from R2 to R2 such that T of x comma y is equal to T of x comma y is equal to x plus y comma x plus y. We have to find it with respect to standard basis of R2. Okay, so this I will give it this as a homework, this two things. Okay, this exercise and this exercise. Okay, so you have to fix the standard basis of R2 and standard basis of R2. Okay, and then apply the steps, whatever steps I have given you, that you apply. So this exercise and third exercise, second and third, will be homework for you. Next lecture I will solve this thing, because in the fourth exercise, T from R3 to R3 such that some definition with respect to basis of R3. So instead of standard basis, I have changed it to this basis. Means this basis you take it for domain as well as codomain. Means these are V1, V2, V3. Similarly, they are same W1, W2, W3. V is also same and W is also same. Okay, and then you have to find out the matrix of this linear transformation. That we will do it in the tomorrow's lecture. Fourth exercise I will do it in the tomorrow's lecture. Before that, I want you to solve second and third exercise. This will be homework for you. Okay, and those who getting answer, send me the photograph of your answers. Okay, on my number. Okay, so tomorrow's lecture we will solve this exercise, and further what we will do is, we'll see. Tomorrow's theme line lecture will be uh, change of basis effect. Means what? If I change my basis from one basis, means every vector space has n number of infinitely many bases. So if I change my basis, what will happen? We call it as change of basis effect. That we will do it tomorrow. Okay, as well as I told you, the rank by using matrix of a linear transform. So we will use this matrix to compute rank of a linear transform. That is also there. Okay, so I'll see which topic to be covered next tomorrow's lecture. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow now, 8 o'clock to 8:40. Till then, bye, and solve the exercises. Okay, bye bye.
Yes, sir.